Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. So here is another question that somebody has wrote in. A negative card that crosses you could be confusing because it's like a double negative. Well, not necessarily. All the cards in tarot, if you like, you can call them positive and negative. For me, there's not really a bad card in the tarot. It's all about balance, isn't it? So if you have, for example, the Devil card, not the most favourable card in the deck, but if you have that on a challenge, for me, he's not quite upright and he's not reversed, so he's in between. Now for me, this card when he's upright talks about being bound, talks about chains and perhaps having limited choices within your area, feeling trapped within something, or addictions and things that just take over your life in an unhealthy way. When that card is reversed, the chains actually come off, so it allows more freedom. The choice has been made not to go down that road. Now when it's on a cross there, particularly in the upright position cross, on the challenge position that we have on the Celtic cross there, this can mean that he's in between. So he's not quite, or she, they're not quite in the position of being morphed, they're not in the position of being taken over and things being very much of a bound state. They're not trapped 100%, but they're also not completely free. They're in between. So it would indicate that there's a challenge in breaking free from something because it's in the challenge position. So when we see the Celtic cross and we see that, this card here, if this was the Devil, we see that there's a challenge with breaking free from those chains. They're not quite there and they're not quite free at the moment. So they're in between. So it could be that one day they feel like, yeah, I'm grand, I'm ready to break free. And then on another day they might think, oh my God, this is really overtaking my life. But it's not consuming you all the time. So that challenge card means, for me, it means that the card's essence, the card's meaning is a particular challenge at the moment. If it was the Ace of Pentacles, say, in a challenge position, that could mean some new money coming into you is a bit of a challenge, or perhaps a new home that's coming around you is a bit of a challenge. It's not flowing very easy. If we have another negative card, or a card that somebody doesn't like, perhaps if we have the Death card on that challenge, it may mean that they're challenged with that death, they're challenged with that ending. That ending is coming at a cost, or that ending is coming in making it feel difficult. Again, it may mean that they're halfway through something. They're neither an ending or a beginning, they're in between. One day they could be like, yeah, I'm ready to end something, and another day they could be, I'm not too sure. So they're in between that final stage, they're in between whatever that card means, because it's not quite upright, but it's also not quite reversed either. So there's two ways of looking at it. One, that it's in between, that it's not quite the upright position, the full message of it. It could run into the reverse meaning, and that is a particular challenge. And it's your instinct that dictates which way that's going to go, as well as the other cards around it. There, you'll know when you're working whether they are in between, or whether this particular situation is actually causing them a challenge. If it is the let me think of a card, Three of Swords, then that heartache is a real challenge at the moment. That heartache, that disappointment, that loss could be really challenging at the moment. Equally, it could be that they're trying to let go, they're trying to heal, but they're finding that a challenge, because when it's reversed, for me, the swords come out and the heart is able to heal. So when it's in between, it's facing a difficult time. When this is upright, it's facing a difficult time because they are neither completely healed from that, but they're also not in that place of being wounded freshly. So they're in between being able to be healed. Again, one day they could feel fine, another day they could feel really sad and down. So they're in between it. When these cards turn into if you work with reverse, and then the cross becomes a reverse negative there, then it would definitely indicate that there is a struggle with whatever that meaning of the card is. It wouldn't necessarily mean that they're in between something. It would be that there probably is more of a delay in that healing, or a delay in that ending, or that there is a little bit of a struggle. So I hope that makes sense to you there. Let me know if you have any other questions, or if you want me to elaborate a bit more on those.